What's going on, guys? Shay5969 here. Tonight I wanted to talk about the RoseCraft French Broad Jack. Alright, so without further ado, here we have the RoseCraft French Broad Jack. Great walk and talk. This knife is really special to me because this knife was actually a gift from my good friend Titanium Justin, and he wanted to get me back into more traditional pocket knives. As I said, I wasn't really a big fan, and this knife totally got me back into traditional pocket knives. Totally reminds me of something that my grandpa would have carried or would have handed me. My grandpa was totally the kind of guy to carry two or three wallets, 2 or 3 pocket knives. He was a unique individual for sure, and this totally reminds me of something that he would have had on him and he would have handed to me when I was a kid and been like, check this out. But RoseCraft was founded in 2021, so they haven't been around for a super long time, but they're absolutely killing it with a great blend of modern traditional designs with new material that's able to perform way better than anything that could have back then, right? So I just think this is a super beautiful traditional pocket knife. Super simple, super clean design, lovely, nice, simple aesthetic. And still ergonomically good to hold in your hand and actually use. Now, I haven't carried this a ton, only once or twice. Weddings and stuff like that, I like to keep this one a little bit classier and nicer. It is real sandalwood on the handle there. And when I was doing some research, I was looking on RoseCraft's website, and they said there was like a little disclaimer that said, so when you look at a picture of their wood on their website and order a knife, when you get it, your knife might look totally different, right? Because of the grains of the wood. All grains of the wood are different, and therefore they have a little bit of a different look to them, even if they're 10 cuts of the same tree, right? So, little disclaimer in that when it comes to real wood handles, right? So don't get upset if it doesn't look exactly like it was pictured in the website, right? Because real wood is different and it varies cut to cut, right? The grain of the wood. So this is real sandalwood on there, and it does look awesome. That nice, cool, dark wood grain material. It really gives it that good look. It is a D2 Warrenclyffe blade. Great shape. Super ergonomical, like I said, especially for a traditional. Solid 4-finger grip with a little choke up spot in there. Great if you want to use it like that to do some utility kind of cut stuff. It does have a 3-inch blade, and it is 3.875 overall when you close it. But a blade length of 3 inches even, and it is 6.8 inches overall. So when it's open, you're looking at a 6.8 inch knife. So nothing crazy huge, but a nice, good, solid 3-finger grip with a nice, good spot to rest your finger up here to choke up and do some draw cuts and stuff. Great nail nick. It does have a half stop, right? And so when I first got this, I was so leery to do this, but now that I know there's a half stop, once you hear that half stop, you know you got to get your fingers out of the way so you don't guillotine yourself. But that was always my concern, right, that I was going to guillotine my fingers. But if you are pretty cognizant of that half stop, then you should be good. But it does take some getting used to, right? So not all traditionals have that half stop, right? So just be cautious when you are dealing with traditionals that some do have half stops, some do not, right? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest traditional guy, but this has a nice light pull. I would give it like a 3 or a 4. Nice and easy to get out there. That nail nick helps a lot. Makes it really grabbable, real simple, real smooth. Yeah, it does have steel liners a polished steel bolsters and shield and pins. Like I said, D2 Warncliffe blade. So it is a traditional design reimagined by Andy Armstrong from RoseCraft. RoseCraft is an American-based company based out of Tennessee, but they do produce and build their knives overseas. So just wanted to let you know that as well. It is a real great choice when you want to carry a traditional pocket knife, but with more modern design and materials, right? So I think that RoseCraft is really the best blend of both worlds. And especially for the price point of $54, $54.99, you really can't complain price-wise, right? Yeah, it's not an American-made pocket knife, but if it was, this same thing would be closer to probably the $250 range. And if you collect knives long enough, you know that something this well made for $54 is a really, really good purchase. RoseCraft has a lot of really good traditional designs, and they are killing it with, as far as material versus traditional, there's nobody better, I think, than RoseCraft in the game, right? Now, someone like Jack Wolf, they're also doing it awesome, but you're also paying a much higher premium price for a knife, whereas a RoseCraft is a great budget-friendly option. Another great budget banger pocket knife that anybody can afford, anybody can go out and find, right? It's not going to be an exclusive one that you can't get a hold of. There is exclusive versions all day. If you go check out our friend Titanium Justin's channel, he has some really cool RoseCrafts and this really cool blue wood, and stuff like that is much harder to find, and they'll do like, so many are made, and once it's gone forever kind of thing. And stuff like that's really, really cool to offer. And not everybody does stuff like that, but it's an exclusive, right? But it's not a $300-400 exclusive. It's an exclusive that's still affordable, still a good budget cost, and a good budget option. A nice, simple, clean design, man, I tell you. It looks so sleek and simple, and that's one thing I do love, right? I'm not the biggest fan of overly complicated designs. I do love a nice simple design. That half stop lets you know, and it's great for anybody who wants a traditional pocket knife with modern materials at an affordable price. So yeah, they have them in stock, especially on their website right now, $54.99. If you want to go pick one up, you can also get it in different wood grain materials as well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do a little size comparison with it. So we got our RoseCraft French Broad Jack right there, right? Let's go ahead and pull out our handy dandy QSP Penguin. So a little bit shorter than a QSP Penguin, but very similar in size. Doesn't take up a lot of pocket space, very slim, and very easy to forget you have it in your pocket. Let's put it up against the Dylan Mallory CJRB Droma, another good medium-sized knife that's not too big. And I also like that RoseCraft is also offering some more modern folders as well right now. So RoseCraft really does have a little something for everybody, and it's really cool to see as they keep cranking out more cool stuff, right? And then I got a big old MSI we'll put up in there just for shoots and giggles. So yeah, nice slim design, not too big. Like I said, 6.8 inches overall, 3-inch blade length, 3.875 inch handle, or when it's closed. Yeah, the RoseCraft French Broad Jack. This one's sandalwood. You can get it in a couple different. I think they have a birch wood, they have a sandalwood, and something else as well. But yeah, RoseCraft knives, you guys, check them out if you haven't. Great affordable budget option if you're looking for a modern take on a traditional pocket knife with modern materials and something that will last way longer than your grandpa's. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys. Thanks.